Hey beautiful ones, it's Francesca of HeyFranHey.com. So last week's video I showed you guys the science behind the passion flower herbal extract and how it can help with your anxiety, your nervousness, and insomnia. A lot of you sent me really awesome feedback, so I'm so thankful that you found the information helpful. But in today's video, I wanted to explore meditation. It's a word that I know you guys are hearing a lot on the internet because health is sort of trendy right now. The pros and cons of that, well, the pros is that now people are feeling a little more comfortable discussing their mental health ailments or concerns and just feeling off and kind of looking for resources and exploring what could be the reason, how they can fix it. So I love that we are having these dialogues. But the cons is that now there is so much information on the internet that you don't exactly know what's true, what's not, what works, what doesn't. So to take away a little bit of the pressure, especially surrounding meditation, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit of what it means to me, how it's helped me, and then also give you guys 3 tips, more so like 3 ways to try it, in hopes that one of them clicks and resonates with you while you explore ways to stay calm in this hectic, chaotic world. So let's start with what meditation means to me. So one thing I noticed with most of the posts online regarding meditation is that there's so many rules to it. You know, people will say, here are the 5 rules to meditation. You must sit up straight, you must sit with your legs crossed a certain way, you must clear your mind, you must. But the thing is, we're all wired so differently. We've all been through so many different things, and our minds are jumbled with thoughts from all types of chapters of our lives that we're trying to kind of sift through on a daily basis just to be able to focus on today. So telling the world that they have to sit within these strict rules in order to find enlightenment, I think is a little bit unfair. So what has helped me over the years is just exploring, trying the different ways that people around me meditated, trying to make up my own ways. And what meditation comes down to is just how you can kind of find a sense of quiet when the world around you is just spinning and chaos. This person, that person, this project, that project, school, homework, bills. I mean, those things are constantly in rotation around us. And what meditation does is that it allows you to kind of like reset. It's almost like a turtle shell. That's kind of how I view it, where you can kind of like hide under for a little bit until you can kind of come back and are ready to be of service to the world that is pulling at you from so many angles. So the best thing to do is to explore, try different ways. What helped me was the first time I ever tried to meditate, this was years ago. I remember I sat down and the person literally set a time and said, you have to sit in silence for 2 hours. Mind you, I'd never tried this before, but I was up for the challenge. I was itching, my stomach was growling, like I was so tense, I couldn't relax. I kept like kind of sneak opening my eyes and seeing everyone else sort of gone. They were like in Narnia, and I'm sitting here, you know, counting the minutes, and then I realized this isn't going to work for me. It actually made me feel worse. It gave me more anxiety. It didn't bring any sense of calm, any sense of peace. So I started feeling like I was doing something wrong. But then it took me to realize, after much exploration and many years in this field, that there is no wrong way to meditate. Your connection with God, with the universe, your connection is solely your connection. And you have to find a way to make that strong, to make that available, and to maintain that reception whenever you need to tap in. So what I did for me that maybe will help you is that I stopped looking at meditation as this thing where I had to sit in silence and clear my head, because I wasn't finding the ease in that. So what I did was that I turned it into more of an observation deck, where I could sit back in silence, close my eyes, and kind of notice all of the thoughts that were just rushing by. Because I wasn't figuring out a way to make them go away, to shut them down, to make them stop. I wasn't there yet. So what I realized was the best thing to do was to befriend those thoughts. Sit with them, sit in them in a way. So I'd sit back, and like I said, it turned into an observation deck. I would notice all the thoughts, and it was usually the same amount of thoughts, the same thoughts every day. So what I did was I bought a journal. So that kind of became a tag team for me. When I felt like I was getting too chaotic, sit down, observe the thoughts. After I finished meditating and observing them, I would write them down and work through those thoughts. Why does this keep popping up? Let me attack it. Let me focus on it. Is it my finances? I'm so stressed. Okay, so what can I do to focus on my finances? Is it an unresolved issue with the friends, an unresolved issue with a family member? Okay, all those thoughts are there for a reason. They're alerts a lot of the times of loose ends. So the journal created accountability for me. And I noticed the more I started attacking those thoughts, the less and less they would appear. And that's how I began to find my sense of calm and peace. It wasn't through sitting and immediately erasing. It was through sitting and immediately observing, working through it, and then being accountable for the follow-up of those things I had to work through. And that is how I finally could sit and start to diminish the amount of chaos that was going through my mind. And aside from the very clear fact that working through your issues, the things that are holding you back, will help you through them, but also what it showed me was that a lot of my thoughts, a lot of the depression I was suffering from was from thoughts having to do with the past, things that I could no longer change. And then the anxiety I was feeling had to do with things that had to do with the future, things that hadn't even happened yet that I was concerned about. So what meditation does is that it allows you to stay in the now, because honestly, when you focus on what you're doing right now, that's the only way you will be peaceful. Everything else is an emotional tug of war. It's fragmenting your mind. And when your mind is fragmented, think of it like a piece of pie and you're in all these chapters and thoughts and places. How can you do anything? How can you focus? How can you excel? How can you thrive? It makes it really, really hard to do. So staying in the now. I know that's something you guys hear a lot too. But honestly, this observation deck trick is what helps me stay in the now. Because it helps me remove that past, that future, and just be like, girl, what's happening today? Now, what about if you're on the go, at work, or traveling, or just somewhere where pulling out a journal and writing down your most intimate personal thoughts is not the safest feeling in the world? I understand. So here's another option for you. Mala beads, mantra beads, prayer beads, depending on where you're coming from, you might have a different term or name for them. But these are 108 beads, about a 10-minute meditation. Well, let me not time it because it depends on your need and your pace, but it tends to be around 10 minutes for me. But this is a lifesaver because it's mobile. You can take it anywhere. I put it in my bag, keep it on my wrist. Actually, I like it on my wrist because it's always a reminder to take some time out for yourself today, friend. Check in, check in. So what do these do? How do they work? You have 108 beads. So you place your hands on one and you take a deep breath. And then as you are ready for your next breath, you move on to the next bead. And then you continue on and take deep breaths. Before you know it, you have taken 108 deep breaths. And like I said, it's roughly a 10-minute meditation. Deep breaths are so amazing for your nervous system. So this is a really, really great way, amazing way to be calm on the go. Now, I know some of you are religious and don't feel comfortable using prayer beads or mala beads or mantra beads. I've seen many comments when I've mentioned the beads before. So out of respect for your denomination or your belief system, I want to give you another option. This is the Headspace app. You can literally do it anywhere. You can do it on the train with your headphones, when you're walking on the street. Whenever you need to feel that sense of calm, it's right there on your phone. Especially great for beginners who need something a little more guided.
I'd like you to take a couple of nice big deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in through the nose, just focusing on the chest expanding.
And I think it's a really, really cool aid to helping you find that sense of calm and to help you navigate what meditation works for you. I think the Headspace app is a really cool way to begin that journey into self-discovery. So that's pretty much it. I just want us to continue exploring ways to stay calm and to just navigate the day-to-day chaos. So if you found this information helpful, please give it a thumbs up, leave comments, subscribe. Let's get these conversations to the forefront. They're important, they're necessary, we need them. So I hope you found my take on it helpful. I love you guys so much. As I always say, if you have apps, if you have remedies, if you have tips, whatever it is that you do to stay calm, please, let's share it. Let's keep the conversation going. Share it in the comments. And that's pretty much it. I love you guys. I hope you found it helpful. I have to say it again. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.